had grown, b-boy and knowledge, the pillars of the game, but a six emerged, adding to the flame. Comics and hip-hop, a fusion so tight, visual storytelling, lyrics that ignite, from the pages to the beats, a seamless blend, the sixth element, where two worlds transcend.
Welcome to the Sixth Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu guiding the way, bringing you the culture every day. Welcome to the Sixth Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu.
What's good? It's Reno here. Stu Dog is trying to get inside the stream yard, but he'll be here in a second. Great show tonight as always. Always got something good for y'all. Fallout Season 2 just dropped on Amazon Prime. And it's looking good, man. It's looking good. It's just as good as Season 1, which is incredible. We got Dr. Doom's new look for Doomsday. I got some info about Batman 2, the Batman 2, sorry. Some details about Wonder Man and all kinds of good stuff. We got some info about the Netflix Warner Brothers you're gonna want to hear. Some toy stuff and the new Hellraiser game. I got some info for y'all. Yes, sir. That shit looking crazy. Stu Dog, what up?
What up? Yeah, what the hell just happened?
What happened?
I just got kicked, like hard.
You got kicked?
Yeah, that ain't happened in a long time. I got kicked hard like that. Like it was just like bang.
Oh.
And the intro came on. It was like, yeah, all right. And that was it. So I didn't get nothing after that. Nothing. So it's all good. It's all good. Anyway,
We're here now.
we're here now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get my
Good.
I'm trying to get my socks on over here because I got space.
Like cold in that motherfucker. Like cold. I'm going
Cold
through the same thing.
thing.
But it's for the chat. You know, I'm cold too. Shit. I'm under the space heater, man. I'm under my little space heater too.
It ain't this cold. Fuck that.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, when you see me with a Scully on, you know I'm really cold now. But
Yeah, I just wear a Scully in the fucking. I wear a Scully in the summer. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, I
Yeah,
do
I
it in
wear
the house with the AC on. I do it in the house with the AC on. Like if the AC is bumping, now sometimes the AC be bumping. You like, damn, it get cold.
Yeah, it get nipply, man. It get nipply. I mean, no, I'm not gonna wear the full on like one of these motherfuckers out in the summer or no shit. No.
Right.
But different beanies and different kind of Scullies and shit. They got thin ones that aren't like made of like sweater material, you know. Like thin ones made of like t-shirt material. It's like a beanie.
Oh yeah.
Summer joints. But yeah, man, Fallout, baby. Fallout is a video game. All right. Based so it's a video game, been around for a long time, been around since the PC era. And as we know, generally, not always, but generally, video games generally do not make good movies, right? Or reboots or remakes or adaptations of video games tend not to be awesome. It just happens that way sometimes. But I think this is one of those, like we had, what was the other one? One Piece. That was a decent one too. Came out on well, that's an anime. What the fuck I'm thinking? That's not a video game, it's an anime. But for an intensely long time, movies, TV shows.
Yeah. Mario Brothers. That's another video game.
Well, yeah, tons of movies. But that was a good one. That was a good one. Mario was a good one, yeah. Sonic was a good one.
The show wasn't good. The Sonic show was pretty decent. The Mario show wasn't.
I'm talking about the movies, the recent movies.
Okay. No, I thought we was comparing it to the show Fallout. Like Fallout's a good show. That was a video game.
Yeah.
Mario had a show. It was a video game.
Mario made a good. Yeah, Mario. Well, I was just talking about basically movies or TV show. Anytime you adapt.
Oh, okay. So we
live action. That's the word. That's the term we use.
Okay, boom.
Video game to live action generally sucks ass.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
generally
One hundred
sucks
percent.
ass. It's a,
One
I
hundred
don't
percent. Yes, it does. Yes,
not a
it
lot,
does.
not a
Yes,
lot of
it does.
yeah, you can't really name too many good ones, but there's a few. But yeah, it definitely had a bad reputation, and rightfully so. But the game that fans have often found the adaptations poorly made, ignoring what they love about the game. So, however, I think that seems to have changed now since OTT entered the game, and now fans finally have a series that they can absolutely love with a video game adaptation with Fallout, Amazon Prime.
Right.
So yeah,
I also think too, like the industry listen for once. Hollywood listen for once because to be honest with you, they do so. Like, and everybody knows it. And we've said it for years. So when they came out with the Mario
mm,
live action movie, people got hyped. They wanted to go see it. And it was like, what the hell is this? Mortal Kombat. They're like, what? Stop. I mean, the list goes on. He-Man. We're like, come on now, stop it.
well
Um,
that's a cartoon. That's a cartoon.
yeah. And these but the He-Man, well, He-Man's going backwards because they're coming out with a He-Man video game. That should look good. Um,
Yeah, that should be dope.
the one thing I can say is that when it comes to video games, eh, those are the harshest, most unforgiving fans, period. I mean, they're up there with the Star Wars fans. And Star Wars fans at least give you a chance. But if it sucks, they make you pay for it. But video game fans, you do it one time and it sucks, they do not support you no more. They like, never mind. We heard what happened with the first one, and we'll watch it for free if we can, wherever we can, or we'll wait for it to come out on video. They will not go support you. So you got to get it right. You got to get it right, or you definitely gonna suffer for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, video game, just like a cartoon or a comic or anything else, video games have a passionate fan base. And so anytime you have anything with a passionate fan base that you're going to adapt, you're definitely not going to please everybody and every fan, but you definitely want to try to keep stuff recognizable from whatever you're adapting, and that's, I think, the balance that they try to find. Well, at least they should be trying to find. You should be trying to balance recognizable with creating something new and interesting that we haven't already seen a bunch of times. So the first, I think, season of Fallout uh was definitely a great example of uh a way to adapt a video game. And it was early 2024, widely praised, especially by the video game's longtime fans. And that's what's really important. Fans of Fallout loved Fallout. And that's why I gravitated to find out what it was. Because, like I said, man, and this is what the comic movie industry needs to really figure out. Like, when comic book fans praise the movie and say, that's great, it's just like the comics. Oh, yeah, we love that, that's when you want to go see the movie. Like, don't go see the
Mhm.
movie when all the fucking fans of the franchise say it's ass. Like, what? And that's why these big companies, you better be careful adapting stuff, because if you fuck it up and you change it too much, trying to be trying to make it your own, right? Trying to take credit like you created some shit. You change it too much, and then you're gonna piss everybody off. And here's the thing: if you're adapting something, you're not creating shit. And don't take too much pride in altering something that someone else created. Like, that's what I don't get about these filmmakers. I wanted to make it my own. You didn't. It's still fucking something else that you adapted, bro. So nah, you fucked up. You fucked up. But yeah, it focused on capturing the franchise's world, the tone, the dark humor, and it told an original story that was set in the same universe, which and maintaining the balance between absurdity, violent comedy, moments of real weight and stake, and then Walton Goggins won over the audience with his depth as the saddest ghoul we've ever seen. But Walton Goggins' performance, and by the way, that's Walton Goggins. Let me say what's
I
up to
like
the
Walton
chat
Goggins.
again. Yeah, that's my homie right there. BDBGP salute. What up? What up? Paul Morales kicking it, kicking it. Casual toy collector. Peace, peace, peace. Slade in the building. Hunter Iggy, what up? EGC Divine, salute. Who else? Everybody's here. Yes. He is the man, bro. Goggins is the homie. Uh, and he did this great character, the Ghoul. What happened to Stu? Oh,
Go ahead.
hang on. Now let me fix your. I got you. I got you. All right. So if you turn your camera off, you'll still be there. All right. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get the chat on there, but it ain't working. I don't know. What's up with it?
Oh,
Because normally I
what?
can
So you
see,
can see the chat?
normally I can see the chat.
Yeah, you
But
can't
it's
see it.
not up. No, it's not up right now. I mean, I can see it, but when I do it, it goes off of. So like if I do it like now, it'll cover my screen. And I can't see you. I can see us like transparent through it, but it's not like it normally is.
I got you. Yeah.
But
So
we're
you thought
good. We're
maybe.
good.
Yeah,
We're good. I'll
yeah,
pop
we
in
got
and
it.
out of it. Yeah, I'll pop in and out of it. We're good.
Well, like Casual Toy Collector says, I love him in everything he's been into. Walter Goggins. Before I knew who the fuck his name was, I just like, oh, that guy. He's in all that shit. He's always fucking great. He's always great. He was in
Walter Guidance is great, man.
yeah, bro. He's been like Sons of Anarchy. He was in what was that show with the Ranger? No, what was it I don't know. He's been in a lot of shit, bro. He's in a lot of shit. And
He's been in, oh, you know what I just seen him in? White Lotus. That's what I seen him. He was in White Lotus.
dope.
Yeah, he was in Sons of Anarchy. I forgot he was in that. Damn.
Yeah, he played a real character in that. Oh boy.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, the last thing I seen him in lately was White Lotus. And I'm trying to think what else he was in. I know he was in
Yeah, he's been
Justified.
he was in Righteous
He's in
Gemstones.
Justified.
He's Justified. That's what I was thinking of.
Deep
Vice
State.
Principals. He's in
Yeah,
Invincible. He's fucking. He's what's his name? He's Cecil. In
yeah,
Invincible.
yeah. I
Cecil.
forgot about that too.
Yeah,
You
he's
know
in
what
the
else he
Shield.
was in? The Django. He's in the Django.
Django.
And the Hateful. I liked him in the Hateful Eight. He was funny. He was super funny in the
Yes.
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Bro,
He was super funny in it.
you'd be surprised, bro. That he's been in literally like 50 movies. But it's a lot. But anyway, we love Walton Goggins. So his performance as the Ghoul stood out in particular, obviously bringing kind of like a lot of depth and sadness to what could have been a very cartoonish, goofy ass role. And so he did definitely like made that something that we can actually kind of get behind and respect. It wasn't super. Let me show you the thing. So the show itself is kind of out there, right? It's kind of wacky. It's got its cheesiness, but it's all cheesy in a very specific, very intentional way. I mean, it's not like fucking there he is, the Ghoul. And so the show also earned credit for feeling like it was made by people who truly love the video games. And that's what I love to see. Like, that's why I support this show, because of the fact that I didn't even play Fallout, but it's a widely loved game. It's a franchise with like 5 or 6 parts to it. You know what I mean? And people love it. And so the fact that they adapted it and the fans of it are saying, hell yeah, that's what we love. That means to me it's good. Like, that's it. It's good. If the fucking fans of what they're adapting love it, it's good. That's what these movie people need to. That's what they need. That's what Hollywood needs to figure out. You're trying to worry about pleasing the casual audience and casting a wide net and making everybody happy. Just make the fans of whatever you're adapting happy, and I promise you, if you build it, they will come. But despite the controversial lore, of the game, it shows, including the destruction of Shady Sands and the wiping out of the new California Republic, giving season 2 a very solid foundation to build on. And season 2 begins in very familiar, territory. Episode 1 opens to the Ghoul and Lucy extending their pursuit of Hank McLaughlin to the Mojave Wasteland, and which sets the scene out for Fallout New Vegas. Okay, Fallout New Vegas. Once again, the show's production design is a highlight, I think, as the makers really recreate the iconic locations and objects and recognizable shit with exceptional accuracy and attention to detail. the big armored guys, and everything incredibly on point. And in the very beginning of the episode, the attention remains on the Novak motel sign, which looks exactly like it was extracted from the fucking game itself. I mean, just spot on. And I that's what I love about this, bro. That's what I love about it. Like
Yeah,
that's what I
even
want
the
to
mech
see.
suits, like even the mech suits and
Right.
the thing they wear on their arms. I forget what they call them, but
Mm-hmm.
all of that is authentic to the game. The vault, everything, like
Yeah.
everything that's supposed to be in the game is in this TV series, and they, even the lore. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, did they make their own kind of story that doesn't mirror the game? Yes, but the one thing they didn't do, they didn't leave out no lore. They didn't make nothing up and put nothing in there, and
Yeah.
they took everything that was in because you also have different vaults too. And you got to
Mhm.
remember when you play the game, I think that's like Vault 52. So this could be, you know what I mean? Like
Well, different
you
games,
could
different
do
shit, different vaults. See, that's the thing.
different
There's
vaults, right?
Fallout
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's a Fallout game called Fallout New Vegas.
yes,
And this
yeah.
season is based on Fallout New
Almost all out
Vegas.
New Vegas. Yep. And that's the thing I like about it. You take the lore, you take everything, and you run with it. Like
And you're
that's
making a
good.
game per seat. Like, think about this. There's Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5, 6 Fallouts. Each season based on a different game would be crazy. Or
Be
using the lore
crazy.
from it, which I guess that's what's going on here.
It's
Because
mostly how can I put it? It is based off the game, a lot of it, but the game is so linear. Like the game is on rails. So like what they did was, they keep the lore and they added things to make it more wide open. Like going from playing Star Fox. If you ever play Star Fox, Star Fox on rails, but you shoot everything. So they went from that to just making it you can run all over the place and do it. That's how I feel, and I like it. I like the way because when I watched season one, I'm gonna be well. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have high hopes for it when I seen it was coming out. I was like, this shit gonna be butt. This gonna be butt. But then I
really?
watched it. Yeah, bro. Season one.
Oh man,
It
I
took me.
couldn't
It
wait.
took me. I didn't watch it for like maybe a month. I was like, man, I don't think
Uh
this gonna be good, man. And then I watched one episode. I was like, God damn, this shit was good. I was like, and then I kept watching it, and I kept getting hooked, and I kept coming back until it was over. I was like, yo, Fallout was decent. Like
Bro,
it
not
actually
only is
kept
it
my
it's
attention.
not only is it a good it's not only one of the best video games, it's an incredible show. I don't give a fuck if you ever played Fallout or even know what the video game Fallout is or even knew that this was based on a video game. The show itself is
It's
incredible.
good.
It's one of the
I
better
will.
shows out, period.
Yeah, I
Like
will.
it's that good.
I will 100% back you up on that
It's
because
like
I was impressed when I seen it. Even if you ever watch Halo, even the Halo series is decent, and I
this is
thought that was
way
gonna
better
be
than
decent.
that.
Yeah, it is better than Halo.
That is
And I,
way cornier
yeah,
and cheesier than this. This is definitely more
nah,
serious
it's
with
better than
serious
Halo.
actors and
No, it's
doing
definitely
serious.
better than Halo. Yeah, it's definitely better than Halo. If I had to choose
Halo is
between
cool
the
for
two,
like action. Yeah, like Halo has a lot of good action and effects and stuff like that. I just wasn't too yeah, the acting is just a little bad for me.
it's a little cheesy. Yeah,
Let's
but
see.
I don't know if they with Halo. I don't know if they do that on purpose or not. Because when you look at like some of the cutscenes in Halo from when it first came out, the cutscenes were kind of cheesy. So I don't know if they trying to I don't know if that's what the point is. I don't know. Like
Um,
Spinal Tap. Like you ever watch Spinal Tap?
yeah,
I don't like that. Like when Spinal Tap came out, there was never no movie like that, and they were making fun of like the music industry and the rock genre.
yeah,
And I just found out recently the movie had no script. Everything in that movie was improvised. Everything was
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I never
It's like
knew
a
that. Oh,
documentary. Yeah, it's like a
yeah.
documentary
It
type.
was like a documentary, yeah, but it was a spoof, and they were saying it
Mhm.
was nothing like. So when I watched Halo, I was like, all right, I watched it. I was like, all right, this was a Halo. If I had to give it a rating, maybe 2.5 out of 5 stars, I would give it.
Yeah, I didn't get into it.
But
But
Fallout, I would give 4 out of 5. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy Halo. I mean, Fallout. I really did. The first season was good. It was really, really good.
First season was really good. It's just like it's a top tier. It's a AAA show. Like
It
okay,
is.
like
It really is.
we've had a lot of bullshit with Disney Plus. We've had a lot of bullshit like Marvel movie shows rather, and Star Wars shows and all that shit. And it's like these are supposed to be top tier franchises, and then we end up getting these like C list shows, and it just baffles me, man. And then we turn around and we get something like this, which is A plus, like top tier quality show, and it's just, I mean, top tier actors, bro. Like this is a quality show, and I don't know why they put so much effort and quality behind Fallout. Like I don't get, maybe someone that made this show really loves the game. Like that's all I can think, because they hired the top actors, the top writers, the top productions, the top props guys, the top special effects guys. Like it's great film. I mean, everything about it. Like
Yeah, it
it,
is.
it
It is good.
and it's not just about the
Because
aesthetics, right?
uh,
As the characters sort of venture into these more dangerous territories, like directly engaging with the New Vegas video game lore. And so while in the game, New Vegas survived the nuclear war that happens that causes the fallout thanks to Robert House, a guy named Robert House. He's a brilliant but ruthless tech magnate. And season 1 has already hinted at Robert House's role in this world, in the pre-war world, bringing him to center stage in season 2. We see flashbacks of the pre-war Earth, and pre-Fallout, and then in Fallout season 2, episode 1, we get to meet the real Robert House in this flashback, introduced as the man who knew. And the ruthless businessman is very, very, very cunning, very intelligent, very cruel, and very 100% out of his fucking gourd. He's his introduction itself, brutally demonstrates a mind control device forcing a worker to murder his friends, and then his head explodes. And so fans get to look into just how dangerous this man was. I mean, total stranger. He just like using you as market research. He'll just, explode your head to test a new device. Like he doesn't give a fuck. And so while shocking, it effectively establishes that House will be an important character and someone that others don't want to fuck with. And so, but the introduction has also intrigued, me about like how this series is going to end, right? Since the game has multiple endings that you can have. So where Robert House may or may not survive, right? He's in some endings he survives and some he doesn't. So that's another great thing about this game and adapting a game like this, because it's not quite as linear as I think you were making it out to be. It kind of has it's very much, it's choice based. It's an RPG first and foremost. It's very much like a survival game. It's choice based. There's some, large maps and stuff like that to kind of do what you got to do. But season 2, episode 1 takes us back to the post-war present, where Lucy, the main character, and Ghoul, played by Walter Goggins, arrive in Novak, which is dramatically changed since the game. But once the quiet rest, it was like a quiet rest stop, is now controlled by a raider gang known for, drugs and brutality and whatever. And so they're called the Great Khans, like as in Genghis Khan. While Lucy attempts to resolve the situation, kind of with like the good, morality and hope appealing. The gang threatens dog meat, prompting Ghoul to slaughter them, to keep the peace. And once out of Novak, Lucy and Ghoul continue their journey towards New Vegas, right? New Vegas is kind of the goal, and we get to see a glimpse of it. And it's this big, thriving city in the middle of the wasteland. But she, once again, they're arguing over the morality and the cruel, in the wasteland. Because here's the thing. Lucy's from the shelter, okay? when the war happened, some people went into fallout shelters and some didn't get in, and some died, obviously. So the ones that made it into the fallout shelters were indoctrinated into a certain way of life, and they have a very much like laid out, this is how you live, and they very much have a system, and everything is very contained, and they don't even know that there's other life outside, or the people that are outside are just crazy ghouls and monsters and shit. And so they very much stay in their thing, and so they have this outlook that everything is wonderful and great, and that's where the cheesy factor comes in. That's why you see all this corny cheesy shit, because in the shelters everything is 1950s corn, right? And so her, who's grew up generations in this in the vaults, they call them vaults, and so generations have grown up there. And then this guy Ghoul, who's been in the wastelands walking around for 200 years as his body rots away, and he's like searching for his family. And so he's got one outlook on how life is, obviously, right? And she's got this other outlook about morality and the golden rule and yada yada yada. And so they have these great conversations that are wonderfully written and perfectly executed. So she insists that she won't apologize for refusing to murder people, and Ghoul warns her that she might have no choice if she wants to survive. Like that, you just got to kill motherfuckers sometimes. Like this is the only way you're gonna live out here. It's just it. And so we finally get a glimpse of New Vegas kind of on the horizon, and one thing is guaranteed, that their trip might not be as straightforward as it might seem, echoing the side quest structure of the game. Anytime you have an open world sort of game like this, there's side quests that you can choose to do or not. Sometimes they're tedious, whatever. We all know, we've all played RPGs in open world. And so, but Vault 32 and Vault 33, okay, what are these? We're going to break that down. So while Lucy and Ghoul continue their journey, right, the show focuses on the vault dwellers of Vaults 32 and 33 from season 1. So what exactly are they, right? So, for those who don't know, a vault, again, is a tech underground shelter known for its idyllic, farm-like communities, but it is secretly a part of the twisted vault tech social experiment involving reproductive control. Okay. When the bomb happens and all these people go underground, it's not because like, oh, we're going to save you. There's this company called Vault Tech, and it's huge, biggest company in the world, before the bomb explodes. So like everyone's like, hey, did Vault Tech cause the bomb so that everyone would go into the vaults? Probably. So like, and it's all this experiment, right? And doing, reproductive experiments and shit, and controlling, and so it seems like life is fallen into a new normal after the chaos of season 1, but in Vault 33. But now it's facing a water shortage. So regardless, there's some humorous moments, of course, and one character is kind of confused by the mirrored layout of his new vault, and the overseer, having problem, cutting an orange, and they just make funny shit little like things, but humor, while the humor feels less compelling than the Wasteland plot, it still acts as a great filler. You gotta have it. So Norm's storyline is further intriguing now, because you've got him trapped in Vault 31 with Bud, who's just a brain on like a what are those vacuums that ride around, Roomba? It's like a fucking Roomba thing with a brain on it in a glass dome, and it's got a speaker, and the brain can talk, and it's and so his name is Bud. And so Norm, who's trapped in there with the brain, manages to overpower him and decides to unfreeze the Vault Tech employees that are stored in cryostasis, a choice that will obviously cause problems. And so season 2, episode 1, biggest question revolves around Robert House, right, and his connection to the other characters. So in a flashback, Moldaver revealed to Cooper Howard that Robert House was building a missile system in Vegas at this time. And so while the games presented this as a defensive, Mulder ever called it a nuclear trigger, asking Howard to stop the tech magnate, possibly through assassination, setting him on a dangerous path. So meanwhile, in the present, you got Hank discovers this massive Vault-Tec lab, right? And so he's revealing that he once worked with Robert House on the same brain computer interface technology that we saw earlier. And so this gives the fans kind of an insight into Hank's loyalties and how he might be more deeply involved with Robert House than we ever knew. And so as the season unfolds, I'm sure, and their connections will define, the coming drama of the show moving forward. And so blending Fallout's dark satire with the high intensity situations in which survival is at stake for the heroes, it's choice. I mean, it's a great continuation to this series. Like I'm excited to see it continue, man. Like season 1 was great. I was super hyped to see this. Episode 1 is great. There's, I believe, 5 more we're gonna get to see soon. So, looking forward to that. But yeah, man, what do y'all think about this joint?
I think it's dope. Like I said, I like the TV series. And I hope we get a season 3. To be honest with you, shit, hope we get at least 2 more seasons.
Yeah.
But
So they have.
far, so far, like I said, they've been doing a good job, man. I can't take anything away from them.
Yeah.
I watch my
You
son
gotta-
play the Fallout games.
Oh
So
yeah.
I know the story. Yeah, I know the story a little bit. But my son was hooked on it. My middle son. He was like literally hooked on Fallout for a long time. He still is today. And he even gets jealous when he sees this. When I show him this, I be like, son, when did I showed him this? And he's like, Dad,
What did you show him?
I showed him this.
What?
Oh, it's not coming up. There we go. Shit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Right,
he gets upset
what?
when I
You
show him.
show him what? A watch?
I just
There it
any
is.
watch.
Oh,
I
he's
just
got
any
the
watch.
he's got the Fallout guy walking around.
Yeah, I got Pip Boy walking around
Yeah.
on mine. So
All right.
Pip Boy is the logo for the Vault.
Yeah.
For Vault, that's their logo. Pip Boy is their mascot.
Yeah. Right.
And you'll see Pip Boy all on all the Vault stuff. So they wear these things on their arms, and that's what they see. But theirs is more detailed. It has information and things like that on it. So
Yeah.
they'll see that, and Pip Boy's walking in it. And I show my son, he'd be like, "Oh, Dad, really?" Like, yeah. He's like,
That's
"Oh,
just
man."
dope.
So yeah, yeah. But
Well,
Fallout is that game. I just wish that they would make a God of War movie. Be worthy of a live action appearance. But be careful. I gotta be careful what I wish for, because we might get it and it just be disappointing. We don't want that.
nah, we don't want that. Let me see. I'm gonna have to go to the store. But yeah, it's season. So right before season 1, season 2, episode 1, we got this little preview called the Ghoul Log. We've all heard of the Yule Log, but the Ghoul Log is Fallout's Amazon Prime's, I guess, is little holiday comedic, I guess, marketing teaser promotion deal. That's what it looks like. So you go on Amazon Prime and you turn on, you play the Ghoul Log, and basically a fireplace comes up on your screen with like a log and like a hand, like an arm burning in it. And like right, and just like for like an hour, it just plays. It's great. But then Ghoul is there, right? Ghoul is Goggins is there, and he let me see if I can actually get it up here without getting dumped on. Is it on here? Yeah, here it is. Ghoul Log. Y'all see that? Look at that. Yeah, see? Yeah, the Fallout, the Ghoul Log. And
That's dope.
yeah, it starts off, he's talking, and he talks about the log and the hand and the fire.
These arms dry aging throughout the year just because it's so nice during the winter. Give you the season's greetings. We don't have much by way of seasons out
This Christmas Eve.
And you see this guy,
Radio.
and then it just goes to this,
That's 9.
and it sits on this for I think, the next hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah,
And
does
while
the
it's
radio?
doing that,
Do you still hear the radio in the background, or no? Or you
yes,
just watch the fire?
there's a radio show going on the whole time too. Yeah,
And you know what? That's authentic because
yeah.
in Fallout, there is a radio show like that. When you go into your vault and you start messing around and your vault doing things, they'll keep hearing like the little radio playing and the messages that come through.
Mm-hmm.
And the music, the 50s music, 40s,
Yeah.
50s music they play throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, he comes on and he's like, "This ain't no Whoville, but that'll do." He said, "See this? It ain't no log. This is a human arm, specifically a fat man's. It burns nice, doesn't it?" He said, "It turns out he keeps a supply handy for such occasions. I keep a few of these arms dry aging throughout the year just because it's so nice in the winter. Stay armed, stay warm. That's what I always say." And it's just a little funny shit like that, but that's cool.
Yeah,
Wally
that's
God.
that's real
Yeah,
authentic.
so it's real authentic. But now, moving on, I want to show y'all this Doom right here. Well, you seen it? Bung.
Boom.
That's Doom. Now, that is Doom. We've seen a lot of imagery of Dr. Doom. I wonder if I can get this to. Hang on, I think my internet's lagging. There it is. All right. On Twitter, official first look at Dr. Doom and Avengers Doomsday.
Mm.
He said, "Looks like Dr. Doom uses AI to design his armor." It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's goddamn bullshit.
It look dope.
No, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
It look dope. If that's what it's gonna look like, it's dope. I don't think
If
that's
it
what
looks, no, but it's not gonna look like this. I mean, it's not gonna look exactly like this. We've seen one where it's all armor. We've seen one. This one's like got a green cloth. The face is all weird, but I don't know, dude. It's Dr. Doom. I don't care. I'm not like fiending to see the armor. As long as it's green and he has like a metal face and a hood, I'm good. Like, what else? What else do we need? Are we worried about what specific ornaments are on his chest and shit? No, I'm not.
Some people are, man. Some people
Well, you
are.
can't be because he's got different shit on his chest and every time you see him drawn. So good luck finding
True.
the one you've seen before.
That's true. I'm with you. I really don't care. I just want to see him in live action. That's it. I'm more interested in that.
Yeah, Doom doesn't have any specific like thing. He's got sometimes he has two big metal discs right here on his chest with a chain. Sometimes they're gold, sometimes they're silver, sometimes they've got ornamentation, sometimes they're flat, sometimes they're not there at all. There's no
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
all
true.
you need, all Doom is always is he's a metal face and a green hood and a cape. That's what he always has. That's the only thing that stays consistent.
Yeah.
So
the armor definitely doesn't.
you really can't fuck it up. Like, I mean, yeah, there's armor. I mean, obviously he's got armor. He's got the metal face, metal arms, metal legs, green tunic, green cape.
Right.
Any other iteration is like another version, 2099 or something like that.
Or the artist rendition of it. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Come on now. You saw Lobo? Check it out, bro.
Yeah, I just seen that the other day on my Twitter feed. Or X.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Lobo look dope.
Yeah. Well, I've been waiting for this new game, Hellraiser. And apparently it shouldn't be played by anyone sensitive to adult themes.
I mean, it's Hellraiser.
I mean, yeah,
It's Hellraiser. Let's
like
just let's just stop the presses
I
right
think
there.
it.
It's Hellraiser.
I think
It's
it.
gonna
Yeah,
be.
it kind of.
It's gonna be some adult themage in there.
This video has
Um,
been age restricted. Watch on the boob tube. All right, check it
this is
out,
the
y'all.
trailer for the game. I never
Yeah,
knew they had a Hellraiser game coming out there. Damn.
that's
Mm,
first of all. This guy
yeah.
talking. This guy talking is the guy that plays Pinhead in the movie Hellraiser, in all the Hellraiser movies. Well, all the ones that count anyway. His name's Doug Bradley. He's the voice of Pinhead, and he plays Pinhead in the game too. I mean, let me put it so y'all can hear it. Hang on. Let me fix it so y'all can hear it.
Fix it so that we may hear it.
Fix it. Fix it. So that you can
I
hear
never
it.
knew. When I was a kid,
Oh,
I was just too scared to watch Hellraiser and all that, man. But then when I got older,
what? Yeah, really?
the first Hellraiser I ever watched was Hellraiser 3, I think it was. Yeah, 3.
Hmm.
And then I went back and watched the other two.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it, but I didn't get the lore. I was like, well, what's the big deal about the
It's
box and all that?
weird.
Like I was like,
Yeah, it's
so then
very weird. Very
I
hard
went
to
back and watched
understand.
the first one. It is. I went back and watched the first one, and then I got it. And I was like,
Oh,
God
you
damn,
did get it? What'd you
this?
get? Tell me. Break it down for me, because I want to see what you think. Because I
It's
want to
about
see what.
it's about Pinhead and his minions bringing hell to Earth, basically,
Hmm.
and there's always somebody there to stop them. But the thing that I don't understand, well, I
It's
didn't
not it,
understand when I
bro.
first, the thing
You
I
know what
didn't
it is?
understand when I first started was
Yeah.
the box. I didn't understand how they were linked to the box. Cause I was like, why
Okay.
is this box always the thing?
Oh
But the
yeah.
box is the catalyst to which they appear. Like,
The box.
cause like,
Yeah, the box is what calls them.
yeah, the box is the cat. Yeah, that's what makes them appear. Yeah,
They're not. They're not like trying to come to Earth to bring hell to Earth necessarily. What they are is they're there that if you seek them out, they will come and take you. And what that is, like, say you're, and this is the part that it was really hard for me to get. Like when I was a kid, was like, so you're telling me this dude intentionally sought out this mythical box that can bring demons to cause him the most unbelievable pain possible, imaginable, and somehow pleasure at the same time. So like it's all about the pain and the pleasure, and like basically you call Cenobites and hell and Pinhead comes, and if you call him, he's coming and he's taking you. There's no way around it.
there's
Like
no way around
I
it.
hope
Yeah,
you know that you were calling him when you fucked with the box, because if you didn't, too bad. But if you did, cool, he's taking you anyway. So what they do is they take you and then they basically just chain you up and just start ripping your flesh apart in all kinds of weird torturistic ways, and it's the sweet suffering. I don't know. It's hard to get, bro. I think you got to be into S&M to really dig it, or fucking body
it,
modification or something.
it is. It's kind of weird like that. You're right, but it's just like I can't even. I
Yeah.
can't. I still can't put a finger on it.
But
Like,
one of the coolest, I think, one
but
of the
people love
coolest
it.
looking characters of all time.
Yeah, but
Pinhead.
people love it. Yeah,
Was.
people love Pinhead, and they
Well, you
love
think,
fucking Hellraiser.
yeah, and you know why? Because nobody fucking understands Hellraiser. No one cares. It's not about that. It's about just the cool imagery and fucking all. Because
Yeah,
there's no.
it
It's
is.
not a big. There's no big deep story to it. Like
No,
it's
no.
very loose.
I think people that like S&M
Mm-hmm.
really
It's an
like
S
that.
and M thing. Yeah, it's an S
Yeah,
and M
yeah, it
or a
really is.
body modification thing.
Yeah, because I always thought that he wanted to come to Earth and just take over the whole, like do it to everybody, like have an endless. Because like I always got the vibe from the show that he just wants an endless. How can I put it? Like he wants a buffet or endless uh bunch of people that would just always get the box, and then he could torture them and do, like, I always looked at it like that, like he just wanted it to be an endless thing, like Like however he could do it, he could get it. And just keep having people come that he could torture and sort of like hell on earth, like, but in a way where he could be on earth and do it all the time. Like I
All
always
right,
look at it like that.
let's see if this helps us out. Let's see if this helps us out.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Movie Spoiler Alerts. Today we're talking about the 1987 horror film Hellraiser. So let's get started. The movie opens with Frank Cotton trying to solve a puzzle box, known as the Lament Configuration, then immediately being torn apart by chains, turning the room into a hellish and gruesome place. Black cloaked figures then return the room back to its original state. Frank's brother Larry eventually moves into the house with his second wife Julia, who had an affair with Frank shortly after their wedding. Larry cuts his hand during the move-in, and blood drips in the same room that Frank was destroyed. This resurrects Frank into a skinless corpse and is found by Julia.
I'm going to pause it there and say this has fucking nothing to do with Pinhead and the Cenobites. It's a very weird movie that has like all kind of side fucking plots, and it's Clive Barker. You really got to read the book. It's one of those things that just didn't get translated well, but let's let him finish.
Julia, still obsessed with Frank, helps lure men to the house so Frank can harvest their blood to fully restore him. Frank explains that he used the puzzle box initially to seek carnal pleasures, but was met by extra-dimensional beings known as the Cenobites, who subjected him to the extremes of sadomasochism.
Yep, S&M.
Larry's daughter, Christy, sees Julia bringing a man back to the house and witnesses her Uncle Frank harvesting the man's blood. Frank attacks her, but Christy escapes with the puzzle box, but collapses shortly after. At the hospital, Christy solves the puzzle box and has an encounter with the Cenobites and a monster called the Engineer. The leader of the Cenobites, Pinhead, explains that they are explorers who can no longer differentiate between pain and pleasure. Christy pleads with them, saying that Frank escaped and she wants to trade Frank for her freedom. Christy returns home, where Frank has now killed his brother Larry and is wearing his skin. Frank reveals what he has done and wants to kill Christy to complete his transformation. The Cenobites hear his confession and ensnare him in chains and tear him to pieces. The Cenobites then turn on Christy, who flees and grabs the puzzle box from Julia's dead hands and banishes the Cenobites by reversing the puzzle box. Christy's boyfriend arrives, and the two escape the collapsing house. Christy throws the box into a fire. A homeless man walks into the fire
Get the box in.
and transforms into a winged skeleton and flies away. As the film ends, the box ends up in the hands of the merchant who originally sold it to Frank, offering it to another prospective customer. So that was the spoilers for Hell.
Now you see why I can't fucking explain that movie?
Yeah.
And what it's about? No one can explain what Hellraiser is about because it's not about any fucking thing. It's about a bunch of shit.
It is.
It's like it's about a guy who opens a puzzle box to find pleasure, and then a devil comes, and then another guy dies, and then the guy comes and drops blood on the floor, and then resurrects the guy through the floor. What? And he comes back slowly, eating guys until he gets his flesh back. What does that have to do with the puzzle box? Nothing. Then, bro, like, what are we talking about here? And this engineer, what is that for? No one ever explained that. This big monster that comes out. No one explains anything. Hellraiser 2, they kind of try to get into more shit. And there's one called Hellbound.
Hellish and gruesome place.
And they actually try to show, like, you know, the world where the Pinhead, you know, the Cenobites live and shit. And like,
Star Wars is trending everywhere. The Video Game Awards just happened. They not only dropped...
Did not ask you that.
The depravity-driven antagonists of Hellraiser are extra-dimensional beings formerly known as the Cenobites, clothed in black leather that often fuses through their skin in gruesome fashion. The group are members of the Order of the Gag, a religion that praises sadomasochistic suffering. They are originally humans, but each became corrupted by their perversion and hedonism, eventually transforming them into their demonic forms.
Okay, so this is going to give us more lore that wasn't told in the first movie. The first movie doesn't really explain a lot. You have to watch like the second and third one. So this kind of
Do.
goes into that.
No, you do. Because
Say what?
I watched the third and then I went to the first. Because when you watch the third one, it's a lot of stuff. You're like, well, why are they doing it? Like, what is this? Like, why? Like, I never knew the box survived 3 movies, and it's the main thing. The box is actually the main character, like, or one of the main characters, because it's in every movie. But when you watch it backwards, like I did, I was like, huh? I mean, I knew about Pinhead, I just didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know the lore, so then I had to go back. I was like, well, what's this? And then at the end of that movie, they buried the box, and then they built like a building on top of it. But all the architecture in the building was the damn box. I was
Yeah,
like, yo, wait a minute. So I was like, damn, so is it gonna be a Hellraiser 4?
yeah, yeah. It is.
Antagonists of Hellraiser are extra-dimensional beings formerly known as the Cenobites, clothed in black leather that often fuses through their skin in gruesome fashion. The group are members of the Order of the Gash, a religion that praises sadomasochistic suffering. They are originally humans, but each became corrupted by their perversion and hedonism, eventually transforming them into their demonic forms. Immediately identifiable due to his towering height and grid-like pattern of metal nails sticking out his head, the leader of the Cenobites goes by many names, but is best known as Pinhead.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Pinhead is usually accompanied by 3 associates, each one named after their distinct disfigurement. This includes the Chantrelle, Butterball, and the Female, all of whom inhabit a hell realm that exists between dimensions, commonly referred to as the Labyrinth. Although they're trapped there for all time, they can be brought to Earth through the means of an insidious golden black puzzle box. Known as the Lament Configuration, the box is notoriously difficult, but once solved, it is said to bestow great pleasure. However, that twisted pleasure is actually revealed to be extreme pain at the hands of the Cenobites.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
As seen throughout the series, their leader Pinhead is an intelligent and exceptionally calculated extra-dimensional killer whose proclivity for inflicting pain knows no bounds. In addition to summoning the signature hooks and chains, he can also distort reality and teleport at will, provided it's within the limits of the Lament Configuration. When summoned by the puzzle box, Pinhead and the other Cenobites can pull victims into the labyrinth, where other monsters and creatures wait for their prey, including a creature known as the Engineer.
Like what?
When it comes to weaknesses, they're essentially unkillable. In addition to having toughened bodies, they're unable to feel pain, having transcended sensory input during their transformation. And, ultimately, the only method of defeating the Cenobites is through banishment, which requires the reversal of the Lament Configuration.
Yeah, what about
kicks off with Sean Chapman's Frank Cotton striking up a deal with a merchant in Morocco and purchasing a puzzle box, which his seller promises will grant him exquisite pleasures. Returning home from his trip abroad, Frank goes to the attic and surrounds himself with candles, attempting to unlock the box's inner secret. Upon its successful completion, the box unleashes a torrent of hooks and chains, tearing his body apart. A few months later, Frank's brother Andrew Robinson's Larry and his sister Julia, played by Claire Higgins, move in, hoping to settle down and ramp up their
That's all the
strength.
reason one.
Despite them,
That's all the reason one.
Frank to confessing his transforms into a winged beast. Who knew? The puzzle box is then seen in the hands of the original seller, waiting to be sold to an unfortunate soul.
why does the homeless
fiery rubble, which is recovered by the mysterious cricket-eating drifter from earlier, who then transforms into a winged beast. Who knew?
See, I thought that dude was like the devil or something. Because we see him early in the beginning of the movie, he's like eating bugs, like eating crickets and shit. And then later he picks up the puzzle box, turns into a winged demon and flies away. Like what the hell is that?
That's why I always said,
Seen in the hands of the original seller, waiting to be sold to an unfortunate soul.
Clive Barker is a phenomenal, an award-winning short story writer. Now Clive Barker is making...
Bro, I got the Funko Pop. I got the Hellraiser. I got the Pinhead Funko Pop. Look at this little puzzle box, too.
That came with it?
Nah, you know what this came with? Bang. Sweet suffering.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, no, focus, but you can see how he is. But yeah, he's dope. He's got little bloody implements hanging. He's got the cloth skirt with the wire in it. Yeah, with the wire. He's got the little box that he holds. It's I got this shit. I got this years ago. This is one of the earliest figures that I ever bought. This is before I understood like what I wanted to collect. I was like, man, I just love these action figures. Like, and then I, kind of narrowed in eventually to Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe Classified and Multiverse and Black Series, but I was buying anything that looked cool at first. And this is NECA, I believe. Yeah, NECA. They do all the horror characters. They make every horror character, but Pinhead was definitely by far the coolest one. And they got a comic book too. It's called Pinhead. Marvel.
That I never knew.
Yep. Marvel and Epic Comics together. And it's a foil variant cover. That's pretty dope. First pain-packed issue. I've never even opened it, but there you go. So, to say all that, to say this, there's a new video game coming out that everyone's super hyped about, and it's Hellraiser. And I'm excited because check this out, y'all. This is cool. The origin of Pinhead. Let's see who this bastard is. 1784. I knew it was gonna be some ancient shit.
The ownership of the box would then be passed around for nearly a century.
Hold on.
The ownership of the box would then be ultimately survived by his wife and their unborn child, whose lineage would go on to span the rest of the franchise's timeline. The ownership of the box would then be passed around for nearly a century and a half, until, as depicted in the prologue of Higher Ritual.
Oh, this is the creation of the puzzle box and all that. Oh, homie.
When it comes to its origins, there is no true beginning to the Hellraiser story, as the realm of hell and the dark god Leviathan have an unfathomably primeval existence beyond our comprehension of time. However, the timeline's earliest entry point can be traced back to 1784 France with the creation of the Lament configuration, a seemingly normal-looking puzzle box, which would unknowingly become the catalyst for the events of all 11 films.
Wow.
Chronologically introduced to us in the fourth film, Hellraiser Bloodline, the box was created by French toy maker Philippe Le Marchand on commission by the libertine aristocrat Duke de Lille. Obsessed with dark magic, de Lille's specifications for the box's design would transform the configuration into a portal to hell, where upon opening the box, the puzzle solver will be rewarded with the greatest pleasures and pain known to humankind. After murdering and flaying a peasant woman with the help of his assistant Jacques, de Lille uses the Lament configuration to summon the demon princess Angelique. Taking form in the woman's skin, Angelique becomes enslaved to de Lille and Jacques, so long as neither one of them stands in hell's way. However, Jacques betrays and murders de Lille, keeping Angelique as a servant all to himself.
It's so convoluted. There's so much. It's silly. It's kind of silly.
Having witnessed the entire ritual, Le Marchand invents a design for a second puzzle box called the Elysium configuration, which will have a reverse effect, allowing the puzzle solver to destroy the demons instead. However, he returns to the scene of the ritual to take back the Lament configuration, where he is caught by Jacques and Angelique. Jacques informs the toy maker that he and his bloodline are cursed until the end of time for his role in creating the box, and even though Jacques orders Angelique to kill Le Marchand, he's ultimately survived by his wife and their unborn child, whose lineage would go on to span the rest of the franchise's timeline. The ownership of the box would then be passed around for nearly a century and a half, until, as depicted in the prologue of Hellbound Hellraiser 2, it ended up in the possession of Elliot Spencer,
I saw this one.
captain who, after serving the Great War, suffered severe effects of PTSD, which led to him becoming disillusioned and indulgent of the hedonistic lifestyle. Upon opening the Lament configuration, Spencer is transported transported to Hell, where he's transformed into a Cenobite, a once human extra-dimensional being who is imbued with the supernatural powers of Leviathan. Like all Cenobites, Spencer is mutilated beyond recognition, where he has knives slashed the skin on his head and long nails hammered into his skull along the axis points of his cuts. In his now demonic form, he becomes known as the Hell Priest, or colloquially as Pinhead, the master of a Cenobite faction known as the Order of the Gash. The timeline will then fast forward to some point in the mid-1980s, where the story begins proper with the events depicted in the first Hellraiser movie, when Frank Cotton purchases the Lament configuration from a
dirty-ass fingernail.
Travels through Morocco. Bringing the box back to his family's abandoned home,
Scratching his booty.
he ritualistically opens it in the house's attic, where he is torn apart by projectile hooks that shoot out at him from inside. The Cenobites, led by Pinhead, take Frank's dismembered body back to Hell with them, leaving behind no trace of the box, the murder, or anyone having been in the attic at all. The house remains undisturbed for several years until Frank's brother Larry moves in with his wife Julia in 1987. During the move-in, Larry cuts his hand on a protruding nail and spills blood on the attic's floorboards. In all of the bodies of Frank and Julia's victims, as well as the blood-soaked mattress where Julia had died before being taken to Hell by the Cenobites. With nobody believing her story, Kirsty is placed inside the Chernard Institute, a psychiatric hospital where she urges its co-founder and head neurologist, Dr. Philip Chernard, to destroy the mattress to prevent Julia from ever coming back. Dr. Chernard, who himself is mentally deranged and a collector of other occult puzzle boxes, secretly steals the mattress and has it brought to his home, where he sacrifices one of his patients in order to resurrect Julia. Similar to Frank, Julia comes back as an undead, skinless monstrosity, as Chernard bring her multiple female victims in order to destroy her body. Meanwhile,
Huh?
Yeah, I remember this one. He kept bringing the bodies to get his her skin back.
That's how, that's the same thing as the first one.
Believes her story after witnessing Julia's resurrection. Upon going to Chernard's house, a now fully restored Julia murders Kyle and knocks out Kirsty, only for Chernard to return with a mute patient named Tiffany, who has a natural talent for solving puzzle boxes. He has Tiffany open the Lament configuration, which she has now somehow gotten a hold of, and she's able to use it to summon the Cenobites. Realizing that it was not her desire that made her open the box, Pinhead spares Tiffany, but after confronting Kirsty once again, he uses his power to transform the box into a lozenge to prevent her from using it against him. This temporarily leaves the gateway open, allowing Julia and Chernard to enter the Labyrinth of Hell, which is run by the dark god Leviathan.
There's what we said. This is supposed to be Hell, this big labyrinth, and the dark god Leviathan is the devil, or the ruler of Hell.
By the dark god Leviathan, who dwells in the shape of a gigantic version of the Lament configuration. Julia betrays Chernard by turning him into a Cenobite, where she reveals it's her mission in Hell.
It kind of doesn't make sense. Like, why would the Leviathan be in the shape of a toy puzzle box that was made in 1784? It's like this ancient, right, beyond time, old being, but it's shaped as a puzzle box that some toy maker made in 1784. You got to think this shit through, Clive.
To bring back souls for Leviathan. Meanwhile, both Kirsty and Tiffany go into the labyrinth as well, so Kirsty the labyrinth, where they're able to revert the Lament configuration back into its original box-shaped form. This causes Leviathan to change.
Bro, like, I've seen these movies, and I swear to God, this is not obvious. Like, none of the shit he's telling you is fucking apparent while you're watching this movie. I swear to God. Like, you do not know.
It really ain't. It really ain't. Because, like I said, I had to go back and watch the first two just to, because I was like, what the hell is all this about? But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, revealed at the 2025 Horror Game Awards, the 7-minute teaser includes an interview with Hellraiser himself, Doug Bradley, who reprises the titular role. In the interview, he revealed that when he heard that a Hellraiser game was on the way, his first thought was, "At last, what kept you?" And that's awesome. So let's see what he says, because Hellraiser needed to be a game a long time ago. I can't believe he's that old. Goddamn.
My first reaction when I was told there was going to be this Hellraiser video game, to be absolutely honest, was At last. What kept you?
I would describe our game as a discomforting and dark story about people with inner voids. It's like a mix between violence and action, all wrapped in leather, flesh, and chains. We're making our game for players who are into these kind of psychological horror experiences, but also for diehard Hellraiser fans who want to get immersed into this world for the first time.
So the protagonist of Hellraiser Revival is this guy called Aiden. He's a troubled guy, had various addictions in his life, the most recent of which is that he's completely infatuated with his girlfriend Sunny. They use the configuration together and she's ceremoniously kind of torn to shreds. So from that point onwards, he's trying to survive, make some kind of deal with the Cenobites to get out of this whole situation alive, but maybe also to have Sunny back. He was modeled pretty closely on Julia from the original movie, from the novella. They both share a kind of infatuation, a sort of like wretchedness that makes them need more from life.
When drawing a line on pushing the boundaries of sexuality and violence, it was like a no-brainer creatively, because Hellraiser, as a franchise, deserves to be really explicit and really violent.
This game has a lot of sexual explicit stuff and a lot of gore and a lot of violence. So modeling things for this type of game was a challenge, especially to people who are maybe sensitive to things like that. You know, we had to look at references. So we were very careful what we were looking online and where we were looking online. But in the end, we are all artists, so we look at our subject in a different eye. So something that's maybe sexual or very disturbing to others, to us, it's just a subject. We have to bring out the theme, we have to invoke a feeling, so we kind of, detach from it or look at it from a different perspective than like a regular person would. If you show some of the stuff that we did to my parents, I think they would be probably, very shocked. And I was like, this is normal, this is every day for me.
People who are sensitive to mature content should be definitely wary of playing our game. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a truly visceral and discomforting experience, and we did not hold back.
Am I still up? We still up?
I mean, that's the same thing with the movies. Like,
yeah,
the movies are very visually disturbing and discomforting. Like,
that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point, right? So, I mean, but everybody's sensitive nowadays. You know how it is.
Oh yeah,
so,
Figured.
Like so that's the. But I mean, that's what the movies are. And if you bought the game, why would you think anything different?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that if you're playing the game Hellraiser, or I hope that if you're first of all, if you're a parent, I hope you're not buying this for your child. That's number one. But video games have ratings just like movies do. So
that's true.
Mature rated game, that's not for children. It is not for children. If it has a rated M on it, it is not for children. Kids might play it, all these kids all play rated M games, but the rating is there because so they can get away with the shit that they do because the rating says it's not for children, even though we all know kids are playing these games.
Right, we got some parents that will buy it for their children.
Parents don't really know what the heck kids are buying half the time. You know what I mean? Like kids, and now you don't even have to go to the store to buy your game anymore. You just download it right from your console. So all the kid needs is mom's credit card, and they can have whatever they want.
Yeah,
it's it's crazy because the content in games now. I mean, we were kids, bro. You didn't have to worry about sex in a video game. Leisure Suit Larry was the closest thing we had to any
something sexual. Yeah, sexual in the video. Oh, Grand Theft Auto, but you didn't see anything really. You just.
Well, that was later, yeah.
That was later.
I mean, when we were kids.
No, we were kids. No, we didn't.
When we were kids, there was nothing. It was nothing.
It was
but
Playboy. It was Playboy Hustler. That's what we had.
Penthouse.
Penthouse, and you might have found a videotape.
Blacktail.
You might have found a VHS tape with some smut on it. You pop it in, like, what's this? So, that's what we had.
Hell yeah. All right.
If you want simple ideas, don't go to Clive Barker because you're not going to get them.
He made certain that we understood the soul of the work, the soul of.
I was a big Clive Barker fan as a kid. And when you said earlier that when you were a kid, like you didn't like certain horror movies and shit, when I was like my earliest memories of going to the video store with my dad was we rented horror movies, and like I don't know if because he's not like, he was never a horror movie fan, but for whatever reason, I was probably in kindergarten or even younger. Yeah, younger. We went to the store, and I remember he rented a horror movie, and for whatever reason I ended up like seeing it with him or whatever, and like I guess it opened up this fascination in me. And so every time I went to the video store growing up, I would go to the horror section. I believe I watched every single video in the horror section. And bro, I was a fanatic, bro. I had like Fangoria magazine, stacks of fucking shit. I wanted to do special effects when I, got older and shit. Like I was all into this, to the horror and shit. And Clive Barker, bro, Nightbreed is dope. Fucking Hellraiser, like all his shit is dope conceptually, and it looks really cool. It's just it was all done in the 80s, so most of it's cheese. Horror movies didn't get budgets in the 80s at all.
No, not at all.
Horror movies were all B movies, unless it was like Stephen King, and even those weren't always. Even those were pretty, low rent. Most of them.
Because even my homeroom teacher was Jason's mother on Friday the 13th, the first one, and she told us the same thing. She said they thought the movie was going to be, they really didn't expect it to do well. They thought it was a B movie, and they thought it was going to do what B movies do. They make a little money. It'd be a little flick for the summer. And
your homeroom teacher was the actress that played Jason's mom?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, her name was Miss Downey. For years, they used to tell me, they used to be like, "Oh, Miss Downey played in." I used to be like, "Yeah, right. She ain't playing no damn Friday the 13th." They was like, "I'm telling you, she did." I was walking around school like, "Yeah, all right, whatever." And so, one weekend the movie came on, and so I watched it, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's her."
Man, you wrong, bro. That's Betsy Palmer played Jason's mom. You wild.
That's really her. By the time she was my home teacher, her name was Downey. So she was like, I asked her. I was like, "Yo," I said, "Did you play on Friday the 13th?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah." She was like, she said they had like an audition. She was in California. She said they had an audition.
She might have been lying to you, dog.
She said she went and did the damn thing, and she got the role. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." And she said she didn't really think nothing of it. Said she never. What did she tell me? She said they just thought it was going to be a B movie. Like they didn't think it was going to do well. They didn't think it was going to be as big as it was. But she said it actually was the biggest movie of the summer, the best movie of the summer. And everybody loved it. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
The lady that played Jason's mom is like a prolific actor in tons of movies in Hollywood. She's like a big actress. Betsy Palmer.
Teacher.
I don't know, bro.
She's my home teacher.
I don't know, bro. I think you got bamboozled, dog. I think your home teacher faster than you, dog.
Well, it looked just like her.
I'm sure.
It looked just like her. I asked her. She said it was, and that was it.
I believe
she said she got the role, but that was it.
So her name was Betsy Palmer. She was born Patricia Betsy Hrunek. So yeah, I would feel horribly betrayed if I were you, bro. I would do some research and find out about Miss what's her name? Miss Downey. Hold on, let's find out about Miss Downey. What's going on, Miss Downey? Let's see if Miss Downey is it Downy.
I forget. I don't know how to spell D. I think it's Dow.
Downey, like that, probably. I mean, maybe she had like maybe it's. I don't know. All right, Betsy.
That's
Palmer.
her right there.
Yeah, but that's Betsy Palmer. That's
my homeroom teacher, bro. That was my home teacher.
Bro, what are you talking about? Betsy Palmer? She ain't go by Miss Downey at no time. And she been in hella movies.
I don't know. That's what my home teacher. My home teacher like her.
I believe you, but I want to find out. All right, let me see. She joined the show's run, replacing Faye Emerson in 1958. No, that's something else, but Betsy Palmer is her name. That's her. You sure that was your homeroom teacher, bro? That right there?
Yeah, bro, that was her. She was just older by the time I saw her. She had like her hair was like all white. The same lady.
This was the 80s. All right. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Movie was crazy though. You know what was crazy about the movie? Everybody thought that it was Jason was the killer, but it was his mom.
It was the mom. Yeah. And
Jason,
I never
he didn't
really
come back
watched.
to part 2.
I didn't see Friday the 13th till the second one, and then I
Mhm.
watched the second, the third,
Yeah.
and then they, I guess it's like 50 of them, 50 of those. Jason Goes to Hell, Jason in Outer Space, Jason X.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Kevin
Freddy
Bacon
versus
was in one of them shits.
Yeah, he was.
It was the second one, and I think that was the one where he came out the water and pulled the girl under at the end. That was the craziest shit.
My favorite one was probably Jason Takes Manhattan. To me that was the funniest one, bro.
Yeah,
That was super funny.
Here
And
is
when the
this,
dude, when he's boxing the dude, he punched the dude head in the garbage can. That was super funny.
Wow, that's the mom that came out of the water and pulled her under.
Yeah.
Or that's
Well,
Jason wearing the mom's sweater?
That's Jason
No, that's
wearing- I don't know. It looked like
it was her dream. She was dreaming. That's right, because she woke back up. So it's like a dead, rotted face. Because this is part 2. Because after the first movie, they cut her head off. Or maybe this is 3. Yeah, this is 3. Okay, this is 3D. This is 3D. I'm sorry if y'all in the chat screaming at me. This is 3D. Jason's mom's head gets her head cut off, and then she finds it like in the woods, like in this little hut that Jason has built in the woods, and his mom's head is like sitting on a shrine with the sweater, and it's all rotted. And then she has this nightmare that mom's, zombie mom pops out of the water and grabs her. And then something else where this fucker, that's Voorhees, that's how he looked. He popped out of the water at one point. Jason looked like Sloth, B. You shouldn't try to hurt nobody. Stu.
What the?
This is Jason Voorhees. You know? That's how Jason fucking looks.
That's how he looks.
Behind the mask, yep. Let's see. So these are the different movie iterations that they did. This was part 4. Wow. That's after he had got his head chopped. Wow. I'll be wilding. In the end, when he fights Freddy and the glove came out of the ground, that was great. What are you trying to look up, bro? Miss Palmer. So, okay. Let's finish.
Hellraiser, he made sure that we understood that. From that point on, he was pretty nurturing. Any decision that we made, as long as we held that soul of Hellraiser in our hearts, as we
gonna be so good.
He was supportive of, and he trusted us as people who knew games to translate that soul into this medium.
Clive is an imaginative powerhouse. His head is a restless place of constant invention. If I had to summarize him, then I would, without any hesitation, call him a genius and a friend. And to know that we are very nearly 40 years from when we shot Hellraiser, and to know that Clive has been involved and had a lot of input into this game, and to be part of it again myself, is strange. And how could I have ever expected that when we were shooting Hellraiser at Cricklewood Production Village 40 years ago? It's remarkable and it's wonderful.
One of the key concepts that we wanted to incorporate into our game was that duality and contrast between the teams. So like this famous sentence, angels to some and demons to others, which always resonated in my mind whenever I was making decisions. It's all like in the eye of the beholder. For us, it was like it can be macabre or it can be beautiful. The contrast between, opposing things was very important to bring out in the game.
The design goals that we set for ourselves when it comes to violence and gore is getting to the feeling of discomfort in our players. We wanted to feel discomfort while watching these gruesome scenes, but never to be gratuitous in a way, never to do violence for violence sake or sexuality for sexuality's sake, but to take it very seriously and to just honor the storytelling. It's all in service of the story. And Clive Barker, his stories never backed down from being violent or having these sexual themes, and we wanted to honor that.
Yeah, the Hellraiser cult, because you got to be in the cult to like that shit. Sounds like a classic villain. Yo, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
My bad, dog. I was muted the whole time. So yeah, you said it takes you said you have to be in a cult to appreciate it or something?
Nah, I said that's the right words right there. Cult responded.
Oh, the cult
You got to
response.
be in a cult to really.
The
I
fans are
don't
cult,
listen. And it does have a cult following. Like that's
yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
part I
yeah.
never really understood, man. I was like, yo, people really like people was like I worked at a movie theater when Hellraiser 3 came out. And
Right.
bro, people was like people was in there like excited about it. It's like, oh man, Pinhead. I think people really just like Pinhead.
Hell
And
yeah, bro. I'm telling you,
they were
Pinhead
like,
is
yo,
cool.
Pinhead. That's all I heard everybody talking about. And when they came out the movie, it's like, yo, Pinhead, it was great. Yo, let's go see what Pinhead. I was like, yo, like what is this? And that's how I saw Hellraiser, like in the back of the movie theater, like watching it. Like that's how I saw Hellraiser 3. Matter of fact, I got off early one night and sat there and watched it. And I was like, what is this about? Like, it threw me for a loop, man. It really, really did. Like I felt like I was left out because I knew nothing about Pinhead. I had never watched the Hellraiser movies until I was like, bro, I was probably about 17, 18 when I first saw it. Yeah, about 17, 18 when I saw Hellraiser 3.
Yeah, the details incredible. Yeah, I think I was probably 14 when I saw Hellraiser 1. Yeah, I was probably 14. But I saw it on VHS. Everything I saw on VHS, like all horror movies I saw on VHS.
Oh,
we
yeah,
watched
Blockbuster.
Yeah, we had a
Remember
lot.
they had a whole horror section in Blockbuster.
Every video store had a whole horror
Just whole
section.
horror, yeah. That's what I never could figure out how people. I mean, I like horror, but it's got to be good horror. I know people just like it. Period. They don't give a damn how cheesy it is.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't care. They just like the horror. They all like.
I was
like
yeah. I wasn't like that. Like I was specific. Like I liked certain shit. I at one point probably watched most of everything, but like super cheesy, super corny shit I couldn't fuck with. And I think my Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers days were my young days, like when I was a younger kid. And then as I got into my teen years, I got into Clive Barker and Hellraiser and all that stuff. But vampires and all that. That was a whole phase like that I went
I
through.
always like
I was
vampire
like
movies.
14. I love
As of
vampire
late,
shit and all that
I
shit.
love vampire. I love that shit to this
Yeah.
day. But these modern day vampire movies starting to get on my nerves. They take all the fun out of
I
being
even
a
like
vampire.
Vampire in Brooklyn,
Vampire in Brooklyn was good. That was really good.
but I'm a big Eddie Murphy fan, so whatever.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
I mean,
That was really good.
most people didn't
And
think it was really good, but I think
nah, it was
fans
good. For a
we thought
vampire movie,
thought
it was good.
cool.
Nah,
You know
it was
what's
cool.
a dope? You know what's a dope horror franchise? Puppet Master. It had these little killer puppets.
Oh yeah. I like the Puppet Master. There was like,
Hell
what is
yeah.
it, like 4 or 5 of those movies?
Yeah, it was
I
about
like
4
that.
of them.
I know I like the first 3. The first 2 is the best to me,
Yeah, I
but I
mean,
like I like
they
I
were
like the
cool.
first 3. They was
Yeah,
cool
really cool.
because you had the one dude that had the drill on his head. You run into you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, Puppet Master threw me for a loop.
trench coat guy with the knife, and you had
Yeah.
the Nazi pointy helmet
Yeah, the
dude.
Nazi point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking
Puppet
weird
Master
ass
threw me
deal.
for a loop when I first seen that. I was like, yo, this
Yeah.
joint. Like, oh.
But Slade got the
Now-
right idea. Like that's the era. That's the shit. Like all them 80s horror movies, bro, were like the 80s were the decade of horror for sure.
It really was.
And you know, the 90s had its horror, and you know, The Ring and all that started a whole new that movie, The Ring. I think the
Ring was good.
the horror we see today is based off is spawned by The Ring, bro. Inspired by The Ring.
Really? I
Like,
think
The
so.
Ring. I think The Ring started a whole new type of horror.
I liked
The
it, The Ring. The Ring was good.
supernatural.
And my
and
kids liked it, The Ring.
the
Yeah.
photography where she's like coming, like all that shit, like that came into Hollywood from The Ring. Like from The Ring on, you started seeing all that shit, and like now, bro, there's new movies that coming out today. These horror movies are
You know what?
disturbing,
Like, you know
like,
how you
on
think
level,
about The
bro.
Ring? Now you think
Disturbing.
about The Ring like that. That's how I think about Flatliners. I think Flatliners was that movie that brought us into like a new type of horror.
Flatliner?
Because yeah,
That's a
like,
different kind of thing too. Yeah, that's something else too. That's another.
I
Yeah,
thought-
that's like a
yeah.
psychological horror one. Yeah.
Because you never had a movie like that before. And
Yeah.
when I saw Flatliners, that blew me away. Flatliners and Friday the 13th blew me. No, not Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street. When I first seen Nightmare on Elm Street, I was scared to go to sleep, bro. Like, I was like, damn, man. Like I can't for real, because like I
With Johnny Depp with the hand in the tub.
Yeah,
his
bro,
claw
like,
came out between the legs.
like because when I came,
Like,
listen,
yeah.
when I went seeing Nightmare on Elm
I was
Street,
a little
first
kid,
of
bro.
all, I was young. I was probably about maybe 5th, 6th grade or something like that, and we saw it at night. And I
Yeah.
spent the night over. It was one of my boys I grew up with. His brother took us to see it,
Right.
and when we came back that night, man, it was like that's all I could think about because I'd never seen no movie like that with a budget like that, with the special effects was on point and everything. And Freddie was just scary, bro. You was like, yo, but he was kind of comical at the same time, so that's what made it believable because he wasn't like Freddie didn't he didn't stalk his prey. He hunted them down and killed them. And we had never seen like Jason would be like, and Michael Myers was dun, dun, like here like that. But
Yeah.
Freddie would hunt him down, trick him, trap him, and then
Yeah.
kill him. So it was a whole different. He was a whole different type of killing machine, and that threw us for a loop, man. Like I like that. Like that blew me up. Friday 13th, I was scared, man. After I watched that, being young, man, it kind of gave me the chills.
Oh yeah, this is it. I think when I was a little kid, I seen this movie where the lady kills a guy with a shish kebab, just stabs him in the throat.
Yeah, what was you watching?
It's called Happy Birthday to Me, 1981. I was 3. I probably saw this when I was 4 or 5 when it hit video. Like it wasn't me like that was somebody, in my family, one of my cousins or something had it on, and I just always remembered this scene where she stabbed him in the mouth with a shish kebab, and for years I could not I didn't know if it was like a
head.
like I didn't know if I imagined it. I was like, did I make that up? Because my whole life I could never find this movie again because it's not in the video store. Happy Birthday to Me. I don't know where the fuck it was on. It must have been on TV or something because I have never found it since. And yeah, it was never in the theater, bro.
I was 9 years old when that came out.
I was born in 79, so I'm like 3 at this time, and I must have been probably 4 by the time it 4 or 5 when I saw it. And she cuts his dick off with the cheese knife. Yeah, in another scene.
Dirty.
That was some other shit.
She used the cheese knife. She did him dirty.
Dirty, bro. Anyway.
Okay, so when I saw the fan reacting to the announcement of our game, I basically did the most Hellraiser thing you can imagine. I cried.
We know that we have a dedicated fan base of the franchise, but seeing
what? Help me out. How is that the most Hellraiser thing you could do? I did the most Hellraiser thing I could do. I cried.
I booed into the tissue on my desk.
I booed into the tissue
on my desk. Get out of here. Bye. Goodbye.
See you later. Fan base of the franchise, but seeing how
fan base is how much they actually like and approve what we're doing, just give us so much more, motivation to keep going what we're doing and make a great game.
We didn't really know for sure whether the world wanted a Hellraiser game like what we were making. And when they reacted to the announcement of the type of game that we were making, that this was a proper single-player premium survival horror experience, and that was exactly what they'd been wanting and kind of lacking.
So, in the gaming world right now, it's a lot of horror games. Ever since FNAF came out, Five Nights at Freddy's, and games like that, like horror games, especially indie games, are all the kids play. Like Gen Z, that's all they want.
Yeah, you know what started that, right? Predator and Friday the 13th. We came with those games. I mean, they've been coming out with them ever since.
Where you can play like horror movies that made into games?
Yeah, they made into games, yeah.
No.
I'm
talking about not horror movies made into games. I'm talking about horror games like Silent Hill, that kind of shit. But like,
yeah.
Resident Evil, that kind of shit.
Resident Evil, Silent Hill. What was the one that was on Nintendo GameCube? That joint was scary. What was the one that was on GameCube? I played that joint, man. That joint was demonic. Like, it was scary, man.
No.
And they programmed it so like the more gore and the more things you seen, the more out of touch with reality the character became, and like you would be seeing stuff on the screen that wasn't there. Like, it was crazy. It was called oh man, I gotta look it up, man. It was a Nintendo. It came out on GameCube. It was called. Man, I can't remember, man.
Well, I don't know. I can't believe Nintendo had a crazy ass game like that on their cube.
No, they did. Word is bump. No, they did. Yeah, no, they did.
So I think why this, why this game got this response, like, because like Blaze was telling me like this, like the internet erupted when this game got announced, and like it's not because Hellraiser is popular. Hellraiser is not popular. It's because of horror games are popular, and Hellraiser is a great, horror game they could make. And also, there's another game out right now called Dead by Daylight, and
Yes.
it's a game where you play as either a serial killer or some sort of killer or monster or the prey, right? You can either run around, it's like a survival game, you try to escape the kill. Like it's a multiplayer game, right? One person plays the killer, and they have like, the regular, Freddy, Jason, like all the killers, like, but then they have like crazy shit from like all kind of movies, like monsters and all kinds of shit, ghosts and all kinds of shit from movies and different shit, just famous monsters, right? And killers and stuff. And then some they made up for the game. So one person can play that, and then like 4 or 5 other people can play the victims, right? And you all, at the victims, you run around, you try to escape. The killer tries to catch each victim and like hang them on a hook 4 times, like catch them and capture them, and like that's how you kill, like blah blah blah. So it's like, it's just all the rage right now. And so Pinhead and like these iconic monsters are getting a lot of internet attention. Like people are doing videos about them because of this game Dead by Daylight, and like what characters would be cool to put in. So Pinhead is a character that sort of like has a resurgence in popularity. A new movie came out like 3 years ago or whatever, but then like now, like with the gaming and shit. So that's why I think it got this big response, because Hellraiser is it's a niche franchise. Like
it really is, and it has a cult following.
Right, cult following.
Eternal Darkness.
100.
Huh?
Eternal Darkness. That was the name of it. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, let me see this little scene.
Is it a dragon? No.
A dragon?
No, that's what I thought. It looked like a dragon. When he's walking up with the box.
Yeah, this is like a bunch of like puzzle or like spikes and shit, and then I guess it's like a cylinder here. You probably have to kind of balance and walk across, and there's spikes and chains and shit, probably trying to kill you.
99 out of 100 comments or reactions or whatever that we got on the internet were just like beaming positivity.
It was like such an outburst of emotions because in game dev cycles you develop a game for 2, 3, 5 years sometimes, and you work in a really closed environment with your like colleagues, and there is no external recognition of that, right? And then at some point it gets validated with such positive response from the audience, and that made me really emotional, right? And then also the whole team, I'm really proud of them for achieving that. That's like a really huge milestone for us as a studio.
Fans are going to be scared, and they are going to have a great time being scared, which is exactly how things should work in the wonderful world of horror.
Y'all got that one. Deepest Have Dove, Eternal Darkness, Silent Hill. That's it. And Eternal Darkness was weird. It was out there, but people loved it. But yes, and it was on Nintendo GameCube. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hellraiser Revival coming out soon.
Yeah, y'all got that one. Let me know how it is, because I won't be.
You're not gonna. You're not gonna. Yeah, you're not down with that.
No.
For me, I mean, I guess if I played horror games, I would definitely be excited. Like I would be super hyped and super amped right now. But I don't play horror games. They don't really appeal to me, but I get how they appeal to like some people, and like especially the newer generation. But for me, it's like I find it difficult to get scared from a video game or even a movie now. Like the only way a movie can fuck me up now is if I see something super like truly disturbing, like I don't know, like that movie Hereditary. Disturbing, bro. Like shit, and it's not like you're scared. It's not like, I'm not fucking scared, but you get a weird, uneasy kind of just a negative, bad, not a good feeling. But like, I don't enjoy that. So like, I don't really want to watch a movie like that, and I really don't want to play a game and go through that feeling. Like, I've dealt with enough horror, real violence and shit in my life that like that doesn't entertain me, I guess.
Yeah, some people in it. Yeah, I'm with you, dog. I don't even really watch. They got to be good horror, and I'm not really interested in horror movies like that anymore. not where I gotta play the game. Like when I play,
when I was a kid and when I was really into horror, what I was into was the special effects of it. Like that's what I was fascinated by, like how they could make it look like you ripped someone's eye out. Like I want to do that. Like that's just like kid's fascination. But some people, I don't know what they like about it.
some
like,
people, bro, some people into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like you. I'd be like, what?
You really like that? Like, you don't think of it as special effects. You think of it as being real.
Now some people really into
Weird
it. And you're right. Yeah, everything you're saying is spot on. You got some people they really into it. They be like, oh man, do you see the latest what's your name? Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, Trump, I think Trump I don't know. I might have to give this one. I might have to give Trump this one. President Trump is expected to sign an executive order that will reclassify marijuana as a Schedule 3 drug federally, effectively or easing the federal restrictions on the herb, the holy stuff. That's what Bruce Lee called it, the holy stuff.
A lie. It's a lie. It's a hoax. He doesn't have the power to do
that. You don't believe it at all?
No, I'm saying
sign the executive order.
Somebody
he can sign an executive order. He can sign an executive order.
He can't sign an executive order. That's gotta go through Congress. Like it's a lot that got to go down with that.
Presidents do sign executive orders, though.
Yeah, but executive order is like a memo, basically. So like, until they find a rule or a law or something like that, or something like
order a memo.
I said it's like a memo. The word "like"
how is it like a memo?
Because what it is an executive order is an emergency power that the president has to.
And a memo is a message to the
to help move things along. Right, to help move things along until you can find a rule or you can get something stable going. As far as marijuana is concerned, he alone cannot say, well, marijuana is legal and now it's legal for everybody. That's got to go through Congress, dog. But then again, wait a minute. I'm wrong. Because it ain't been no law in this country since Trump took over. So you're right. He could sign an executive order and get it done because Congress right now is a bunch of slapjaw faggots that don't do nothing about anything he does. And they all should be ashamed of themselves because they don't check him. That's his check and balance right there. Boom.
It was a fucking joke. Relax. You going Trump crazy right now? I was kidding.
I'm not going Trump crazy.
You're going off on a tangent talking about. I was joking, man. Like clearly, we're not talking about this political shit. We're not going political.
No law in this country.
It's Sixth Element, man. We're not talking about this shit.
I know. Still ain't been no law in this country.
I don't give a fuck. We don't talk about this shit on Sixth Element, man.
If they made
talk about fun shit.
But I will agree with one thing.
Don't do it.
They should have made. We should have. Whoa, bro. I'm not going political. I'm just saying I agree with weed should be legal. Period. Okay. Like this shouldn't even be a debate.
All right.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a debate, bro. Like, I mean, you got worse stuff in this.
Recreationally legal in Virginia. Like,
yeah, it's recreational. It's like that here too.
But the feds disagree. So you have problems with, basically, it makes it hard also to be, to sell it and to make money off of it. And, the government wants to keep that.
You know what I hear people say all the time?
That ability to shut shit down when they want to.
Yeah, and I hear people say, as soon as they find a way to tax it, then they'll make it legal like nationwide. Like there's a way the government can like legally make money off it through taxes or some other thing, then that's when they're not gonna care. That's when they're gonna make it like alcohol. They were saying like that was the thing with alcohol back in Prohibition. Till the government found a way to legally tax it and make some money off it, then they abolished it because it was the same thing.
Yo, look at this.
Yeah. Damn, we wrote a book. Oh, yeah.
Remember government cheese? Okay. Government cheese.
I hated that stuff, man.
Why was it a thing though? Didn't you always wonder that? I always wondered that. Why the fuck is it cheese? Why are you giving us cheese? Like, what I'm saying? What the fuck? Like, why isn't it government meat? Why isn't it government steak? Why isn't it, you know what I'm saying? Government bread. Fuck it. Government cereal. It's government cheese, right? Well, there's a reason. There's a reason. You see that warehouse? You see that big surplus? This is a real cave with real blocks of cheese in it. And government cheese produced in the 1980s to offload, the reason they did it was to offload a massive dairy surplus that was stored in Missouri's underground caves and given to struggling Americans. The surplus stemmed from 1970s farm policies that left the government with over 1 billion pounds of cheese. So as dairy farmers faced economic turmoil in the 70s, the U.S. Department of Agriculture created price supports that subsidy programs to stabilize the industry, and the programs required the government to buy milk when the market prices fell too low. But instead of discarding it, much of the milk was processed into cheese, butter, and powdered milk. By the early 1980s, the surplus had ballooned into a logistical nightmare. Billions of pounds of dairy products were piling up in refrigerated warehouses in abandoned limestone mines across the Midwest. To address both waste and public hunger, the Reagan administration launched a distribution initiative. So that's where government cheese comes from. Reagan trying to get rid of this cheese that they had.
I remember the powdered milk. Yeah, I remember that. I remember the cheese too. All that. I thought the cheese was horrible.
Yeah,
it didn't melt. It didn't like do nothing. Like it was cheese.
Well, now we know why. Because it was like 20 years old.
Yeah, we knew it was cheese, but it didn't. I never ate it, man. I was like, man, what the hell?
Hell no. Hell no.
But even the powdered milk, I couldn't get with. Yeah.
But I'm talking about so Bruce Lee about a few years ago, these letters surfaced that Bruce Lee was writing, him and his wife, they were writing back and forth with that one of the actors from like a lot of Bruce Lee's movies, like the one dude that you would see in all his movies, the bad guy, Bob, and in these letters, Bruce Lee's talking about asking Bob to hook him up with weed. He called it the holy stuff. To hook him up with coke, asked him to hook him up with like acid and like psilocybin. Bruce Lee was like partying, bro. Like Bruce Lee was getting down. And but it's the 60s and it's Hollywood. I guess a lot of people were like, oh, like hella fucking hurt or whatever, or hella like disappointed, or felt like, oh, all this time, and Bruce Lee was this junkie. No, bro, Bruce Lee was not a fucking junkie. Okay, he was not a cokehead. All right, it was the 60s. It was Hollywood. A, B, he was an experimental dude. Like he always liked to do research and experiment on his body and like different effects of different. He was a very like. He was a seeker, right? He was always seeking knowledge and new shit. So in the letters, you can tell that he wasn't savvy, because like the way he would call it, like the way he would write about it, and like the way he would describe it, like, and even one thing, he was like, can you tell me how to do this? I read it in a book, psilocybin. He's like, can you send me some with some instructions on how to take it? So he was like experimenting with these drugs, because he was all about like trying to find out what his body could handle, and not what it could handle, but how he could enhance it. And so in a time when there was no science, there was no big like, drug addiction information and all that shit back in the 60s, people didn't really know a lot about drugs. And so it wasn't like today.
They certainly did a lot in the 60s.
They did a lot, right? But they didn't know about the bad part, like the long-term effect, like what was going to happen later and shit. So they didn't know that. And so it's not like today, like if Michael Jai White was like, yeah, I'm a cokehead on the side, like, no, that'd be different. Like if he was like, yeah, let me do some coke, it'd be crazy, right? Because we know better now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he would talk about weed, He called it the holy stuff. But these letters, they blew up the internet at the time. I saved a bunch of them. But yeah, I've been listening to that Nas album a lot. Look at that. That's out a lot.
I was bumping it too for. I've been bumping it too the last couple. Ever since it came out, actually, that's all I've been listening to.
That's all I've listened to.
Yeah, that's from riding around listening to that. And I got it on my MP3 player. Once I put it on there, it's rap. He was gonna kill me in the tunnel. That's Ghost. I seen that.
Yeah.
Ghost tells some wild. I would love to sit down, man, and drink some beers and just talk to Ghost, man.
Yeah.
For about an hour or two, man. Just to hear some of the stuff. You know what I mean? Because Ghost tells some wild stories, man. Like, and some of the stuff he tell, like he just be talking, like he just be like the one where he said, Capadonna bodied the whole woo. They had a rap battle, and he said Cat battled the whole woo. He was like, yo, I was like, yo, Ghost be. He just said the other day, what was that? He said, yeah. Oh, he said he wrote Winter Wars. He said he wrote Winter Wars listening to the Mass Appeals beat. He said he thought it was he thought it was a super hot beat. And so he said that's what he said he was writing Winter. He was like vibing to it. And he said he wrote Winter Wars listening to the Mass Appeals beat. I was like, yo.
I believe it.
Like, yeah. And then it was a DJ. He kind of like mixed it. He mashed it together. And I mean, it don't prove it, but I believe him when he said it because Ghost said he thought it was a super hot beat. He was talking about Premiere and Nas, the Premiere Nas album. And he was like, yeah, man, I wrote Winter Wars listening to one of Premiere beats, that massive piece. I wrote that joint listening to that. And the dude was interviewing was like, word? He was like, yeah. He said, I heard people say that. He said, I didn't know how true it was. And Ghost was like, yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I question all these so-called letters. They say it's handwritten. Question all comes from Cool. Yeah, 100%. The next comment, not so much. And this comes from Cool Eye 7007. I question.
He said, I question all these so-called letters. They say it's handwritten, and yet it's all typed kind of letters. The only medicinal thing that Bruce Lee took was marijuana, and that is very well known. By the way, is there any video interview from his wife, Linda Lee herself, to confirm these cocaine and LSD rumors, saying, yes, it's true? I don't think so. Since Bruce Lee died, lots of people wanted to get the attention and get popular by creating all these nonsense rumors, mixing it with some truth to make it sound legit. It's very unfair to Bruce Lee himself. He was more known to eat healthy, one of the very person who thought of taking multivitamins beside his strict workouts and exercise regimen ahead of his time. Because this was before there was people taking multivitamins and supplements and all that stuff. Bruce was a leader in body fitness. Like he was doing shit that no one was doing yet at the time. And that's a fact. Like Bruce Lee and besides that, I mean, we know he did hash, we know he did weed, but that's it, bro. Like he said, even his exercises are advanced back then. Bruce has a very strong self-control, and he even discusses this all the time as part of his philosophy and way his life applications. It doesn't make any sense at all to say he's also taking this other stuff to be high. Like I said, only known thing he ever took was marijuana. That's for pain. I'm in my late 50s and reading a lot of Bruce Lee for over 30 years and never heard of all these things until the internet and social media came along. Now this generation are all mixed up, while people who made these stories probably making a lot of money now using Bruce's name. Well, I think it's a little of that, but I think that some of these letters and a lot of these videos I've watched why a lot of these guys interpret these letters, and they're interpreting the letters in a way that makes them suggest to be these things, but you don't have to fucking read it that way. And I read what he said, and I'm like, that's the opposite of what he meant. Like y'all are saying he meant that he's telling you, because he says in one of the letters, he's like, yeah, I don't really fuck with it because it doesn't align with my Jeet Kune Do philosophy. Like he says that in the letter. So it's like people are taking other shit and like trying to twist it, bro. And I don't.
People do it all the time.
I don't dig it. Yeah. Let's see. So apparently this letter planning the orders and shipment of regarding the goods, can you send them in a package addressed to Mr. Wu Nagan to Gold Harvest Studio, blah blah blah. The goodies list can be 1, coke in large amount, 2, acid in fair amount, 3, hash or grass. The former can be more, while the latter, even cleaned, has to be carefully packed. As to what you put above, with you know better, inside books or clothings. Also, when I come, I would like to have more goodies ready for shipping, including finding me a really classy Derringer from shops, collection, or whatnot. Also, find me a cowboy holster for my 45 fast draw. All these when I come, but not for you sending me right away. Send a request right away. I might not open brief inspection, or they might not, but blah, blah, blah. Like, by the way, wouldn't mind going in with you for some of those holy stuff before leaving for Hong Kong. Planning to leave for Hong Kong April 1st, and definitely would like to store up on some holy stuff to bring over there. See if you can come up with something good. He's talking about weed. But anyway. Yeah, Ghostface, bro. He said they was gonna kill me in the tunnel. Bag fuel, baby.
So Supreme Clientele, man. Like, what is this?
Yo, shout out to Bag Fuel, Heineken and Esso. Yeah, we had them on our show. They chopped it up with us. They came and chopped it up with us for a bit. Oh shit. What?
Yo, man, it's a little after 9. I gotta break off of here, man.
Yeah, my bad, dog. I just got a fucked up text. I gotta go. Yo, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all Saturday. We do this every Wednesday and Thursday and Saturday night, guys, at 7 p.m. So we'll chop it up with you guys this weekend. Have a great rest of your week. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thank y'all for coming and checking us out. Peace to everybody in the chat. And as always, don't forget what we tell you.
Be water, my friend.